Hi, I'm Amy Hannon, and nothing thrills me more than people and food. I'm a preacher's wife, a mom of 3, and I own my own specialty kitchen store. I've kept an open door and a well-stocked fridge, which means I have fed a lot of mouths over the years. So welcome to my kitchen. This is Cooking Today. Hi, welcome to Cooking Today. Do you see this hunk I've got with me in the kitchen? This is my husband, Sam. Isn't that so fun? Hi, babe.
Hi, Amy.
Here we are in our own kitchen.
Thanks for having me on your show.
Well, you're welcome. I'm so glad you came out of your office to join me today.
Did you have a cancellation?
I did. You're kind of the backup plan. Yeah. Sorry. Okay, so Sam is on vacation. As a matter of fact, sweet guy. So he generally is working. You've seen the little opener that says, you know, preacher's wife. That's him. That's you. But you're on vacation.
I'm here.
Thanks for doing this.
Well, let's cook it up.
Let's cook it up. We're going to cook it up. We are making today chicken fajitas. Not just any chicken fajitas, but our chicken fajitas. Mm-hmm. We think they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Or we wouldn't be doing them on the show. They are really, really good. And I believe in my whole heart it all comes down to this marinade, and then it all comes down to this seasoning that Sam puts on it. Your theory on chicken?
Chicken doesn't have a lot of flavor, so you've got to marinate it. Yep. It's not like steak. It doesn't have a lot of fat in it. And so always marinate your chicken.
And you're kind of the king of like the dry rub. You are really good at seasoning, and we have like this extra little spot downstairs where Sam like prepares to barbecue, you know, all this stuff, like a little countertop, and I can always tell when you've been down there because there's seasoning everywhere.
When I cook, I make a little mess.
It's good, but I love it.
It tastes good, doesn't it?
The result is great. Okay.
That's right.
So, go for it. So all we're doing is taking the flat side. We have 3 chicken breasts, and we've done this kind of way before. You know, sometimes when you lay meat between 2 sheets of, I don't know, cling wrap or whatever, when you pound it, the guts and stuff, the liquid kind of shoots out the side. And so I do it in this rimmed baking sheet. I'm moving my fingers out of the way. I do it in this rimmed baking sheet with a sheet of parchment over it. So as you pound, kind of the sides of that rimmed baking sheet kind of catch it. And we're not trying to mash it completely flat, like if we were gonna do like a cutlet or, I don't know, chicken parm or something. We're just, you know, that one end of chicken that gets kind of fat and chewy and kind of takes a little longer to cook. We're just kind of pounding out. We pounded so hard that something in the island just crashed. Way to go.
Wow.
Mussels. You know what that was? That was my stack of bunt pans in there.
You have a lot of bunt
pans. I do have a lot of bunt pans. Yeah. Anyway, okay, you're good. Well, yeah, you're good. Yeah.
Great.
Okay, you're good. So, yeah, we're just kind of malleting those down just a little bit so that they are not super fat. And then you want to go ahead and start, here, I'll scooch. Start doing this right here.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is oil and vinegar. And then what all did we say is in this?
Cumin.
Cumin and oregano.
White pepper.
White pepper. Garlic powder.
And onion powder.
Onion powder and a little bit of sugar. And what we're basically doing here is making basically we're making Italian dressing. You could absolutely, yeah, you want to give that a little whir. You could actually just use a bottle of Italian dressing. I love that. We do that a lot. Mm-hmm. And if you use just Italian dressing, you can marinate it overnight, and it's really, really good. But that looks just like Italian dressing, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. You want to give it a little lick and see if it tastes good? Do we need to add anything else? Decent?
It's good.
Okay, good. It's good. It's good. Okay, so we're basically making our own little Italian dressing. But what we're doing to it is we are kind of just amping it up a little bit. And what we're making are these green chili and lime marinated chicken fajitas. And those flavors are delicious. So Sam has already opened our green chilies. You can do chopped, you can do whole, it doesn't even matter. But you just want to dump the whole thing in there with juice. Those kind of look like they're living. Don't they look kind of squiddish? A little bit.
Like a larva.
Like a larva. These are larva fajitas. I think in the recipe I said to only use like 1 3-ounce can or 4-ounce can, but I really love the flavor that the green chilies have and that's kind of that little profile that it gives. And we're gonna dump this marinade in here, and you can squeeze these limes as well, babe. That flavor that it gives, a little bit sweet, a little bit, I don't know, peppery, really good.
The way men think is you can never over season, you can never over marinade. The meat's got to taste good.
That's kind of his MO.
Typically, if it says 1 can, I add 2. If
the go big or go home
if it
theory.
says a teaspoon, go 2 teaspoons.
Like when I send you to the grocery store and I say, get me 2 cans of diced tomatoes with green chilies, and you go to Sam's and get like a case.
If it's not going to spoil, hunker down. Buy a bunch. Save your time.
If Y2K really happens, or you know, there's a zombie apocalypse, come to our house because we've got Rotel for the masses. Okay, so go big or go home. We've added lime and green chili. I'm gonna just mash these garlic cloves and stick it in here just to get the oils out and the flavor. And then when we come back, we're gonna dump these in a Ziploc bag and start working on our vegetables. This is Cooking Today.
Cooking Today, sponsored by West Rock Coffee Company.
Hi, we're back. I've got Sam Hannon in the kitchen with me today. He's mine. You're mine. Glad you're here.
I'm glad to be here.
Okay, so we've mixed the marinade for these delicious green chili and lime chicken fajitas that is kind of our meal. We make this for everyone.
We've made this meal a ton of times.
A ton of times.
You always got to marinate your chicken.
Yes, and so we've mixed up our marinade, and it has, here, you want teamwork?
Sure.
Don't get it on my fingers. You know, raw chicken gags me. I thought you might slap my
Not on television.
I know, but if we were just regular, you would have. Okay, there. Awesome. So we mixed this beautiful marinade that we kind of basically made our own homemade Italian dressing, and we added to it fresh lime and mashed garlic and these green chilies. Look how pretty.
Oh, yeah.
Golly. And y'all, it is good. It's just got a little tang from the lime. Here, I'll clean up a little. Tang from the lime and that just kind of sweet peppery from those green chilies. I cook with green chilies a lot. I really just like the flavor. They add just a little bit of extra something else. Okay. And so we've got that going. Now what you want to do is marinate that for probably at least 1 hour or up to 4. You know what we said? Remember what we said about Italian dressing versus this? You want to tell them?
Well, if you use fresh lime,
yes,
you shouldn't let it go more than 4 hours.
Right, because it breaks down, the citrus in it actually kind of breaks down the meat texture, and then you're not going to like the texture of your meat.
But if you use just regular old Italian dressing, then sometimes I let it go 24 hours.
Yeah.
I just love to marinate chicken. It doesn't have a lot of flavor, not a lot of fat, so always marinate it.
Yep. And it's delicious that way. But for today, we've just done this, and we're gonna just set this aside, and Sam's kind of rubbed that into those chicken breasts, and we're just gonna let that go. And Sam is about to get a knife lesson, and this is great little knife skills for anybody. So we're gonna do a pepper.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Show me how.
Notice we have 2 different knives going here.
I have the child-proof knife.
Yes, the child. I mean, you could hack something with that for sure because the blade is sharp, but
yes.
Anyway. Okay, so ready? We're going to do peppers. So let me tell you what we're working on here. We have our big, giant, this is my gorgeous double-handled 13-inch fry pan. We have these at Unimaze. They're from Staub. They're gorgeous. They are perfect for fajitas. And so I'm going to go ahead and preheat that in just a few minutes. But what we're going to put in here with our fajitas are going to be 3 peppers. And I like to do several colors because it just makes a prettier dish. And then we're also going to do a yellow onion and a red onion as well. And that's what we're going to kind of, skill it up and make really good. But there is a really easy way to cut a pepper. And I thought it would be fun to show y'all and my sidekick here how to do it. Okay, pick your knife up. And then turn your pepper to the side. I think peppers are hard. We did peppers at the very first episode when we made shrimp and grits. And I kind of taught this little skill, but this is a really great way. People aren't quite sure how to go, there's all that guts and seeds and stuff all around the middle. So take your knife and cut the very, very top off. You don't want to cut too much of the flesh off. Well, I told you that, and then I didn't cut enough.
Yeah, let me show you.
Okay. Oh, that was fancy. Can you do it to mine all the way across? Ching. And you know, really, you could even just take that little ring, that little flowery part off the top, and save that and chop it and put it in a salad or something later. Now, we're going to do the same thing to the other end. Just cut that little, ready, simultaneous. One, don't leave your, oh, I was going to have us do this. Get your pepper out.
Go across.
1, 2, 3. I was going to have us do it like synchronized swimming. Okay, now take just one side and take your knife and go just down one side and then turn it and go on the opposite side of where you made that cut. Okay. And then can you take your knife? Can you get that big boy down in there? You may not be able to. And you kind of cut that little membrane around the side that kind of, I almost said migraine. Story of my life. Kind of roll it and cut that little membrane out. You are so slick, babe, with that.
Men love knives.
Men love knives. Okay. And then you are doing better than I am.
Yeah.
It's because I'm watching you and I'm super nervous about teaching you how. I'm going to go left because I got to sink. And then what you have is the flesh. So you've cut off both ends and then you kind of separated it in two sides and then went around there and kind of cut that whole membrane out. And then you've got these two really nice clean sides. And then all I do, this is super scientific, is take my hands and lay it down so that it's flat. It kind of...
So we've had this debate on how thick to cut the peppers.
Yes, we have.
What's your theory?
What's your theory?
Well, I don't like them to cook down to where they're stringy. So I always go a little thicker, and then you always tell me you cut those too thick. So maybe we can meet in the middle.
I don't say you cut those too thick. Yeah. I like them, all right, let's do it in the middle.
Okay.
But you know me, I always kind of end up going...
Like that? See? Like that. See?
I like
Did
it
you see
better than
that?
that.
That's
Like
the
it better
story
than
of our life.
Story
We're going
of
to
our
argue over a centimeter. So how about that?
Beautiful.
Is that good?
Okay, so Sam's going to cut his thicker. I'm going to cut mine a little thinner. We're going to finish the other pepper and slice up our onions. And when we come back, we're going to get that chicken on the grill. We're going to start sauteing these yummy vegetables and fixing all of our good, delicious toppings that are going to go on top of these green chili and lime chicken fajitas. This is cooking today. Oh, those are good.
Iced tea, sponsored by Lipton.
What I love most about the farmers market is the music, the art, the food, the people themselves. That's local, that's Fayetteville.
Local means homegrown.
My kids can run around, they can choose what she wants to get and eat.
I like growing and selling directly to the public.
The market is kind of what community ought to be.
Visit us Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday on the square.
The Fayetteville Farmers Market.
100% local.
And love.
Hi, welcome back. We are working on green chili and lime chicken fajitas. And I got my honey in the kitchen with me today.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. You're cute. Thanks for working hard. We finally agreed on the right width of our green peppers and our onions. So I kind of gave a little bit and went a little bit thicker because he preferred it that way because that's just the good kind of wife I am. Anyway, I have already started cutting our onions. We have a very hot 13-inch beautiful cast iron skillet getting ready. The grill is preheated and Sam is going to go ahead and tell us what we do next with our chicken, and I'm going to keep cutting these onions.
Yeah, after you marinate your chicken, you want to put it out, and we're going to add some spices, some dry rub on them. I don't think you can ever overspice your meat, and so we're going to pull them out of the marinade. Husbands, one good tip for you is always use a big sheet pan, use some butcher paper. That way when you cook, your wife doesn't get stressed out because you make a big mess. And so I learned that early on, but we're going to dust these things up and make them really good. Mm-hmm. So we've got a dry rub we put together, salt, pepper, garlic powder, some
brown sugar,
a little brown sugar, and then lots of chili powder because we're doing fajitas. We're doing a Mexican dish. We want lots of chili powder in there. And so we're just going to generously apply this to both sides. I don't think you can do too much, but you're going to, and here's why.
Yeah,
Remember,
tell them why, because I thought this was smart.
Because when you're doing fajitas, you're going to thinly slice the meat. And so there'll only be that one little ridge where the powder and the spice is there. And so you're not going to get a huge bite of it. And so generally apply it and then save a little bit. And you can put it in the vegetables as well. So Amy will put some salt and pepper on those vegetables, and the oil will...
And sometimes a little butter. Because you know what? The butter just adds a tiny bit of flavor to your vegetables, and it gets a really good brown. It's the fat in that butter. I'm sorry, I moved your pan, honey. It's just that little tiny bit of fat, and that's not uncommon. I mean, a lot of people will start, you know, a saute with a little oil and a little bit of butter. Heavier on the oil.
There's a little bit for you.
So yeah, and so we just saved a little bit back of our little rub here, and you can get this full recipe, plus the marinade and all that, and all the little measurements and stuff on the website. Those look really good, babe.
Well, I'll go do my thing, and you can
they smell
do
so
the
good.
vegetables.
Okay, he's gonna go put them on the grill. I have gone ahead and sliced our onions. It's a humid day out there today. You know, we're into summer. So, okay, so I'm gonna wipe this up a little bit, get us all clean. We'll rinse all that off a little bit later. Isn't he cute? Isn't he doing good? I love that he's here. I don't know if y'all have seen this, and I'm gonna tell on him while he's out there on the porch, but he had a video one time. I'm telling on you, I don't know if you can hear it. Oh, it's sizzling. He made a fried bologna video that he was like making fun of cooking today, kind of mocking it with my boys, and he was making a fried bologna sandwich, which let me just say, knock yourself out if you're a fried bologna sandwich person, but I don't make those. And he was doing like a throwback to when he was younger, and he was doing it with the boys. Oh, he's coming back in. When he was with the boys, and he thought it would be really funny to like mock me and pretend like he was on Cooking Today, and he made this fried bologna video. I'm telling on you. And it had, I just posted on like my Facebook or something. It had, tell him, he thinks he's famous. How many look?
Thousands.
Like 8,000 or 9,000 or maybe 10,000 views. I haven't checked it in a while. So now that we're around the house, sometimes I'll say, hey, will you come here and grab the trash? And he'll say, you can't talk to me like that. I've gone viral.
Fried bologna. Who knew? Who
knew? Gross. Okay. So I'm going to have you pick these up because, you know, onions make me cry. You can put those in there. I'm going to pick our spot up here. And what we have going is a really hot skillet. I'm going to come around you. Back. And we want a really, really, really hot skillet right off the bat because, and I say that, I'm going to be sure mine's really hot, because you want these vegetables to hit that hot skillet and get that char right away. You know what I'm talking about? When you're having restaurant fajitas and they've got that good little dark, dark, dark spot on it that's so delicious. We want to get that really, really hot where they're sizzling when they hit the skillet. Then we want to let them rest a little. Well, we're going to stir them up a little bit and then let them rest a minute so that those parts of those veggies sit on that really hot skillet, and that's where you're going to get that good char. Then we'll start to kind of toss them around a little bit and let them soften. So you want to get your char first and then soften second, if that makes sense.
You want black on the edges.
We love black on the edges. It's delicious.
Yeah.
So all we're going to do, stick these in a skillet, saute them around, put a little bit left of our little dry rub on our veggies, and just saute them around. That's all there is to it. The secret to these is that delicious marinade and this awesome rub that's Sam's. And y'all, you are gonna love these. Aren't they gonna love these? So we're gonna saute these up. When we come back, we're gonna have beautiful chicken pitas for you. This is Cooking Today. Hi, welcome back. We are wrapping up green chili and lime chicken fajitas. I've got Sam with me today. It's been so fun.
I like hanging out with you.
Well, that's good news. 23 years later. Has it been 3?
Almost.
I can't do the math. It's been a long time, more than 20. Okay, can you hear the sizzle? Okay, you can go ahead and start slicing, babe. Tell them how you do it.
Slice it in thin pieces, just like at a restaurant. Ready to go. And then you always kind of have to be ready to bat Amy out because she'll come in and try
Oh,
to
I've already
take a
got my
piece.
eye on that one on the end. Just hang on one second, real fast.
You're going to lose a finger.
Oh, I gave you the sharp knife this time.
This is our meal we do
Oh.
when we have people over in the fall. There's SEC football on.
Yep.
We've got a big pan of fajitas out, cheese dip, guacamole, salsa. This is just what we do right here.
The chicken.
Is it good?
So good.
You know why?
Because you're awesome.
No, because we marinated it. That's
And
why.
it's
That's
that
why.
seasoning on the outside, so it's tender and yummy and has a little zing on the inside. That powder coating on the outside is amazing. Look, y'all, these veggies. Here, Daddy.
Scoop it up.
So we're going to slide those in and mix it right in with our veggies, and we're going to go ahead and keep slicing all this. We've got fresh shredded Monterey Jack, cilantro, lime that we can give a little, squeeze over the whole thing. And look right here, a little restaurant trick is a little splash of water on this just to kind of get a little bit more sizzle and steam on your hot pan. You can do this right over the stove. And you look, do you see the steam? Let me do it with my hand. Get a little smoke and steam and sizzle. It is our favorite meal.
Looks good in that pan.
It's beautiful in this pan.
That's
I love
that's
it.
what you do well.
Thank you, babe.
You always do it in a pretty pan.
I do, and it always tastes better. Love you. Thanks for being with me today.
That was fun.
Let's eat.
We'll have a good meal.
Love every bite. This is Cooking Today.
Cooking Today, sponsored by West Rock Coffee Company. Kitchenware is provided by Una Mays. Groceries provided by Harps, Hometown Fresh. Online Elements sponsored by Fayetteville Farmers Market.